Take care.
Take her easy.
Hey there! Take it easy.
Howdy. Huh. Catch you later.
Hey there! Catch you later! Hey there! Catch you later.
Hey, partner. I'm happy to say that with your help, the case of the stolen knickknacks is officially closed. And the bird came by to tell me it's all a big misunderstanding. At least, that's what I think it said. All's well that ends well, I guess. Nothing matters more than that. Take her easy, builder. Thanks again for the help.
Hello! Uh-huh.
Hello. Oh, thank you. I've got lots of things to do, so I'd better get started. Nice seeing ya.
You know, if it were just Mason and his diligence-averse style of building, I'm not sure we'd have been able to be back on track in such a timely manner. Oh well, no sense in imagining up scenarios to scare myself. I do plenty of that in my own free time.
I told you that trinket was a lucky charm. No matter what happens, it will always find its way home. I'm sure you played your part too.
My old magnifying glass is back in its place. It just showed up out of thin air. Oh, it was that bird that did it. Out of fat air, then, I should say. Chunky old sky rat.
I mean, I'm certainly happy I got my lock back. It's not like I wanted a new bag anyway. Well, as my pa used to say, a defective bag is still better than no bag.
Hey there. Welcome, one and all, to the world-famous Sandrock's own running of the Yakmals. A shout out to City Hall for inviting me here today. Now, I'll bet some of you are wondering, why the heck do we all get together every year to try to bump Yakmals into each other anyhow? It is with great esteem that I shall now honor an age-old tradition and regale y'all with the tale that started it all, the Shonash Clash. Many years ago, the great-grandparents of our very own ranch couple, Cooper and Mabel, were traveling yak-back through the Eufaula, delivering various supplies up and down to the earliest settlers, long before the railways were ever built. Back then, the only road was through a narrow part of the North Shonash Canyon, and one day these two yak boys were passing through from both ends at the same time. They ran into each other halfway through, their carts in tow, each blocking the other's path. One called out, "You back out so I can get through!" And the other replied, "No, you back out so I can get through. I'm more than halfway through the pass. You back out." "No, you ain't. That's 1/3 and a quarter at best. You back out." This back and forth went on for hours, and pretty soon other travelers showed up and were understandably peeved at the situation. Funny thing about it all is this narrowest part of the pass was no more than 30 meters long. They could have all been out there in a couple of minutes. But no, both of those fellas were too stubborn to back down. Soon enough, push came to shove. Literally. Other folks on Yakback started bumping into our two antagonists, front and back, till it was just bumper yak bedlam. In the craziness of it all, carts were knocked over, packs were cut open, food and other supplies were getting tossed all out on the ground. Before too long, everyone came to their senses. One person started to laugh, then another, and pretty soon they were all tumbling off their mounts, howling over the absurdity of it all. Here, I'm afraid, is where it gets dark. When they all looked around, they noticed that the two fellas who started this whole debacle were both dead as doornails, both of them with their hands wrung out around each other's neck. In all the chaos, it seemed those two boys really never had let their bad blood quit boiling. The rest of them folks, they all picked up their supplies. It had gotten late. They camped out there at the pass and cooked up all the food that had fallen off the mule yaks and carts and such, conversing all about what had happened. Word spread, and, well, here we are, all these years later, still commemorating the event. So all y'all, I invite you to partake in the festivities. Hop on a yak mill, bump into your best friend, and try not to take it too personal if you get bumped yourself. With all that being said, I hereby declare the Sandrock annual running of the Yak Mill Festival begun!
Shiny! Shiny! Good birdie!
Bye-bye.
Oh, well, if it isn't. This was Mason's first day as a builder here. One of the cheeriest folk you could have known. Back then, anyhow. Your friend reminded me of him, Mion. Always the first on the scene to lend a hand. And I'd almost forgotten about those two. Email and Lou. That woman there with the glasses, and that fellow wearing a suit next to Theodore. They took over running the town at the height of the relic rush. Lou believed with development, Sandrock would figure out ways to overcome its environmental drawbacks. So he did everything he could to push for progress. Sadly, he was mistaken. With all those big machines coming in, along with more and more mouths to feed, the water dried up, and that was the end of it. In his later years, he tried to find a way to keep what was left afloat, but it was too late. He left office a broken man. Same thing happened to Email. For nearly 40 years they fought for this town. But we all have our limits, I suppose. Now, no one in this photo is here anymore. But we have new hope in this town now. We've learned from our past, learned from our mistakes. Sacrifices are sometimes necessary to make progress. Let us hope that the last of our sacrifices have been made. Thank you for finding this. I think there are only a few more. I must say I'm astounded at how fortunate we've been. I hardly expected to see any again. Let me know if any more turn up. And thank you.
Well, look who it is. I've really missed you. Let me see. All right, you seem fine. That's a start. Have the sand bandits been caught yet? Were you scared back then? I mean, I think I would have been. I hope so. You know, if you're scared, you can tell me. I won't tease you. Too much. But seriously, if you need to talk about it, I'm here for you. What's taking them so long? Is this Logan guy really as nefarious and cunning as the papers say? I hope he gets caught soon. Phew, but it's great that you're all right. You don't know how relieved I am to see your face. And oh, look, I brought you a whole bunch of stuff. But take me to the famous Blue Moon Saloon first. I'm dying to try all that sand food. I'm absolutely starving. We can catch up while eating. I have so much to tell you. Ooh, so this is yak milk. I thought it would be gross, but it's actually deliciously good. Huh. It's kind of crazy. The first time I travel outside of Highwind, and it's to Sandrock of all places. After you left, I often find myself wondering about you. How your work is going, how you're dealing with the sandstorms, if you're happy, and so on. In my mind, I kind of built you up as this hero, coming to save Sandrock. Silly, isn't it? I'm serious. I subscribe to the Tumbleweed Standard, and I keep seeing your name pop up. You fixed the moisture farm, beat the googlies, or whatever they're called, and even rebuilt a bridge. It's amazing. Your ma couldn't believe it. She kept saying, "Really? Our child?" Your pa even joked that there must be someone with the same name as you here. But they're really proud of you. They're just not used to us doing grown-up stuff, I guess. You've always been kind of foolhardy, though. Always running into things before thinking. So I guess it kind of makes sense for them to feel that way, right? When you talk like that, it makes you sound so mature. You've really changed, you know. I mean, you're still you, but there's this air of reliability now. I guess I can't call you the idol master anymore. Maybe when I finish school, I should also go somewhere else and expand my horizon. But, I don't know. I tend to get lonely by myself. I'll probably be homesick by the second week. Us? You're already becoming a Sandrocker. Now you're all pistols and howdies, right? Look, I'm only staying in Sandrock for 3 days. Then I have to go back and take an exam. I have a little request, though. Can you show me around town? I'd really appreciate the company. Oh, by the way, now that I'm finally here, anything you want to ask me? They're doing really well. You don't have to worry. When I'm around, they talk about you and Sandrock all the time. They kept wondering if you're making any new friends or getting enough sleep or eating enough. I think they really miss you. Speaking of, your ma wrote a letter. You haven't gotten it yet? Wow, I really got here that fast. My studies are going really well, actually. I'm working like crazy to keep my grades up, though. Hey, are you growing any crops? I almost forgot that you're doing desert planting, right? It's so interesting. It uses completely unorthodox techniques. That's kind of what I'm studying at the moment. Unconventional farming methods. Professor Law, my master, is a lead researcher on these methods. Like, how can you increase yield and growth under the same conditions? Or even bringing crops back to life? But, his methods are still under development, so I'm bound to secrecy. Which reminds me, where is the moisture farm in Sandrock? I've heard a great many things about it, so I'm curious. If you're free tomorrow, could you go with me to take a look? Please, pretty please, with an apple cherry on top. Oh, so I have one more question to ask. I finally get to gossip with you. Are you in love? Anyone you met in Sandrock that you like? Or maybe someone likes you? Huh? Hey, don't tease me like that. Is it hot in here? Oh, we got so caught up in talking, I completely forgot to give you your presents. Besides what your parents brought you, I brought you a couple as well. All right, I think we've talked enough already. Let's eat up. I think I'm gonna hit the hay a little early tonight. All right, you go do your builder stuff. I'm gonna get some rest. Sandrock's bigger than I expected. Luckily, I brought my sneakers, huh? Morning! Oh, I slept so well at the Blue Moon. I had a really great dream, too. Decided to come pick you up myself this morning. Feels like when we were kids, and I'd come get you for school. Hey, let me see your workshop. What's it like? Not bad, not bad. Did you build these machines yourself? And wow, that assembly station is way bigger than the one you had back home. Hey, I have an idea. You've been away so long, everyone's forgotten what you look like already. Let's take a photo together to show the folks in Highwind. Yeah! Alright, don't pull any stupid faces though, okay? I want to keep it with me. Let's do a cool pose. Say cheese! Not bad, not bad. It's actually a pretty good shot. When I get back, I'll show it to your parents. I'm sure they'll be proud to see your workshop. All right, I'm gonna tell you our plan for today, okay? That way you won't get worried when you can't find me. I'm visiting the moisture farm later. You know, it's actually really famous. Professor Law has even mentioned it in class before. I think I might be able to learn a thing or two. If you're not busy, maybe you can come with me? All right, I'm gonna head over there now. When you're done with your busy work, come find me, Kay? I want to show you all the cool botany stuff I've learned at school.
Besides wheat, we also have pomato. Look, they're over there. In the beginning, we really struggled with sandhoppers. It took a few generations to breed something that could withstand them.
That really is a long process. We were also cultivating tomatoes in one of our experimental greenhouses last semester. I had the highest yield of tomatoes. But the potatoes it produced, it must have had something to do with the soil.
Hello. I was just talking to your friend here.
Ah, you're here! Mr. Zeke was just showing me around the moisture farm. He said you repaired the hydrogel. Oh, by the way, Mr. Zeke, Professor Law said that if you want to grow bigger and juicier tomatoes, you need to control the irrigation temperature. If the temperature gets too low, it's not conducive to proper absorption of nutrients.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Oh, and just call me Zeke.
I just remembered the little greenhouses you used to make me. I planted some banana berries there. They turned out delicious. So sweet. I'm sorry. My mind likes to jump around a lot. I just say what pops into my head. The builder used to call me Goldfish because of it.
I understand. It's nice to find someone with a similar love of botany.
What about you? Do you like planting here? All right, expert. Since you're so high and mighty, let's do a little test. First question. Which tool is necessary for planting in the desert? That's not right. You use a grid shovel to lay the straw in the field to form the straw grid. Then you can sow the seeds. Next, what kind of produce can't be grown in the desert?
That's right. It's really hard to grow lettuce in Sandrock.
Lettuce and many other crops need sticky and moist soil. Although most of the free cities can grow them, it's a real struggle in Sandrock. But don't give up. I'm sure in the future, breakthroughs will be made, and we'll be enjoying Sandrock lettuce. Didn't you say you were the best farmer in town? Don't worry, just keep at it. Practice makes perfect, huh? Planting is actually a super interesting and deep study. Different plants need to be cared for in different ways. I still have a lot to learn myself. Oh, by the way, Mr. Zeke, I have something to ask you. These are the raspberry seeds cultivated by our school. The school heard I was coming to Sandrock and asked me to give these seeds to you. The teachers are curious about how these seeds will grow in a desert greenhouse. If it all goes well, maybe you'll be eating raspberries soon.
Thank you. I'll accept this on behalf of Sandrock. Let's grow this together.
I'm trying to think about what to bring home as gifts. I mean, obviously food. But I heard there's a really good pottery shop here.
All right, that's all of them. Thank you for your seeds, Nia.
Thank you too, Zeke. I learned a lot today.
Now, you two take care. I need to go take care of some crops.
That was really great. I learned a lot. I need to go and write a report for school. Gosh, I have so many ideas right now. When I was hanging out with you, it really felt like I'd been here for years. If I'm honest, I kind of want to stay a little longer. No, of course not. Well, maybe a little. Well, thanks for coming with me today. I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. I'll see myself around town. I kinda wanna see the sights. I'm leaving early tomorrow morning after all.